Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Allah, 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 Aziz Allah, 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 Kareem Allah, 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 Subhanallah, Allah, 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 Sultan Allah, أنت سلطان أنت ربنا ونحن عبادك لا يفعجز يا أرحم الراحمين. مدد يا سيدي، مدد وحق، مدد مولانا الشيخ، مدد. تاركاتنا الصحبة وخير في الجميع. دار شهرات أفت أست. May Allah keep us patient during this time. Everyone's under difficulties. Wherever I speak to people, everyone's under the same conditions here and around the world. Never happened before like this. Nobody knows what it is. Something is playing out, and when darkness and confusion is coming, Prophet said, stay home, look after what's under your own turban, your own scarf, and be busy with that. The one sitting is better than the one standing. The one standing is better than the one walking or running. Don't involve in problems. You can't fix it. MashaAllah, kana wa ma lam yasha lam yakun. What Allah wanted to happen just happened, and is happening, and what He doesn't want to happen, never going to happen. Our job as believers, we can't say we're believers, but we're trying to reach the state of Iman, is to accept the qadr, khairihi wa sharrihi min Allahi ta'ala, that everything that happens for good or for ill is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to accept that all of it is His will, and to do our best to be patient and wait for a divine help, a heavenly help. I would say, Maluko, do your work, I'll do my work. The big job from Allah's side, although it's not difficult for Him anything, is Qadr Muqtadir, absolutely able to do everything. But He likes to see His servants trying. وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. I didn't create you, or jinns and mankind, except to know me. It means to be busy serving Allah, running after Allah, trying to know Him, trying to practice what Prophet ﷺ taught and what awliya taught, and trying to maintain patience, reaching to the final position, to reach to our Lord. And unbelievers from humans and jinns, because jinns is also in two sides, Prophet said, believers and unbelievers, men and women also from jinns. And some is engaged in goodness, trying to know Allah, doing their best to serve Allah as they've been ordered to do. And some is engaged in the same kind of nonsense that human beings are engaged in. And Allah says, didn't you see how we set the shayateens against the unbelievers who doesn't believe in Allah, who doesn't try to spend their time, the life that they've been given, trying to know about Allah and to keep His ways, trying to reach to a knowledge and a light in His divine presence. who spends their time running after nonsense or running after badness, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sends a punishment, sending shayateens to azan, to incite them against each other with hatred and fury and craziness. And we see all kinds of crazy things coming. So dark, chunks of darkness, you can't see your hand in front of your face. You can't know what's what. Good is known as bad, bad is known as good, and very difficult. And awliya are keeping quiet. We're waiting to know what's the situation, how it should be. Grand Shaykh, Allah bless him, he said certain things about his time of fitna, and Maulana Shaykh said something, and Shaykh Hashem, Allah bless him, says something, and we're trying our best to digest it and to be patient. Difficult to know. Difficult to know. Sayyidina Ali said, if you know the world is going to end tomorrow, and you intended to plant a tree today, plant the tree. Means do good actions. I saw one website yesterday, and they say all this virus is only a cover to make everyone in their houses because a huge comet is coming to Earth to destroy everything. Sayha. In Canada, if it's coming to destroy Earth, why do they have to lie? But Sayyidina Ali said, even you know that's going to happen, plant a tree today. Everything has to happen, as Prophet said, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Everything is written. Everything that happened, wet or dry, Kitab al-Mubin is written. And has to happen. Everything you're promised has to come to be. So we have to wait and be busy and try to be patient, nothing else. Shaitan, its targets to destroy human beings, to destroy families, to destroy marriage, to destroy the relationship between husband and wife, between parents and children, between children and parents, between relatives. That's its work and its helpers' work, trying to destroy any good thing from believers, trying to destroy it. And we have to be patient. Fasta'iz billah. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. وَإِمَّا يَنزَغَنَكَ نَزْغٌ شَيْطَانٍ نَزْغٌ فَاسْتَعِيذْ بِاللَّهِ. If something, a bad arrow from shaitan comes to your mind, say, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Fasta'iz billah. Run to Allah, ask refuge from shaitan. Innahu huwa sami'un alim. He hears and knows everything. And Maulana Shaykh said, the believer, and he was addressing his murids and muridas especially, we have to try to be alert for the attacks of shaitan. He said in a softball I was listening the other day, there's two streams. There's two streams. There's two streams running around this world. One is giving people fear and bad feeling and frightening people and making people in darkness and fear. And another one is taking people to lights and happiness. And you have to look, the believer has to look into which stream we're entering. وَلَا نَبْلُوَنَكُمْ بِشَيْءٍ. I'll test you, we'll test you, says Allah. At every moment, Mawlana Shaykh said, every moment comes a new test. With every breath, a new test. Which stream we're going to enter, connect to, which Wi-Fi. One good channel, one evil channel. And every moment we have that choice. Is opening to connect to one, the good one, or the no good. We have to be alert. He said we have to be like the soldier on the battlefield. You see, with his rifle, taking cover, looking carefully to see when it's safe to move to the next point, or when they have to take cover because the enemy is shooting. We have to know the enemy shooting at us. If husband and wife, every moment, Shaitan is looking a weak spot to shoot his arrow into husband or wife or both, make something to come down. In families, in between friends, any good relationship, Shaitan is looking its chance to shoot his poison arrows to make fire. And we're asking forgiveness, asking patience. He told us so many times, try your best to stand up before Fajr. And if you can't get up before Fajr, before you go to sleep, stand up facing Qibla and say, oh my Lord, Tahirna min al-ghadab nasani. Clean me, save me from wash away my ego's anger. You have to say 100 times, Ya Halim, Anta Halim, La ilaha illa anta, Ya Halim, O Ya Allah. Say, Ya Halim, O Ya Allah. I'll address you with helm from his divine name, beautiful name, Al-Halim. He said 100 times, Ya Halim, keeps you cool all day. And then, Rabbi A'udhu Bika min shari nafsi wa shari nas, A'udhu Bika min fitnati dunya wa azab al-akhirah. Save me from the evil of my ego and the evil of people and the fitna of this dunya and the punishment of in the grave and the punishment of akhirah. And 100 times, Ya Hafiz, Ya Hafiz, O Ya Allah. Rest me with your hifz to be in protection, and 100 times, Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad, Nabi wa Ummi. Make salawat on Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam 100 times. It's important. It's an important practice. So keep it. We have to fight for our faith in these times. Not to fight other people, we have to fight ourselves, our egos, and fight shaitan, and fight hubul dunya, and fight our bad desires. We have to fight it. I would say fighting is prescribed for you, all believers. It doesn't mean only war. It means against our greatest enemies. Prophet ﷺ, he was returning from a battle, perhaps it was the Battle of Badr, Allah knows. And they were returning to their homes, all his soldiers, his Sahaba. Many were wounded, many were killed, martyred. And as they reached home, Prophet said to them, oh, my men, oh, my companions, don't put down your weapons. We're coming from the small jihad, jihad al-sarir, to jihad al-akbar, jihad al-kabir, the big one, big fighting. And the Sahaba we're saying which thing could be worse than what we just saw in that fight? And the Prophet said, the big war against your big enemies, against nafis, your ego, against shaitan, against the love of dunya and the desires, how bad desires, endless desires, never to be satisfied, never to be happy with Allah's decree. Whatever happens, you say no, no, no. Anything that happens, our ego gets angry with it. And Prophet, he never said no. Whatever Allah decreed, he was patient with it. He said, to the point, I wouldn't like to bring forward what Allah chose to keep back, or keep back what Allah chose to bring forward. To be patient. So we have to practice, we have to exercise. We are to do our best to exercise during this time. It's a difficult time. No one was expecting this, but this is the condition. We have to be patient. May Allah deliver us from this difficulty. Send a rescuer for the Ummati Muhammad to save us from evil and shaitan and zulm and every kind of fitna and evil. Make us to be with good ones, to be with Mahdi alayhi salam, wa Sayyidina Isa alayhi salam. Make us to be with our Shaykh and awliya in safety and peace here and hereafter. Make us to use this time as a means, a sabab, a way, a bridge to go up to a higher level. He said, don't stop there, go to a higher. Make us to exercise our patience for the sake of acquiring maqam iman, accepting Allah's decree and trying to move to higher understandings. May Allah forgive us and grant us the blessings of these days and nights. It's coming now, inshallah, very soon to Laylatul Bara'at. Allah knows which night it's going to be. Moon calendar says it's going to be Tuesday night, going to be Wednesday. Full moon around this time at night. On Tuesday night, going to be Wednesday. Some will say going to be 14, 15. Yes, so Shaban, middle of Shaban, full moon of Shaban. Allah knows which is the night. It's after Laylatul Qadr. It's the most important night. Prophet said it was the most honored night. And it's the night to ask for blessings. It's the night of Allah's decree, His order. Who's going up in the new year? Who's going down? It's the heavenly new year. Who's going to live? Who's going to die? Who's going to gain? Who's going to lose? And it's a night to keep the whole night for worshipping. If you can pray 100 rakahs, if you can read 1,000 times Qul Huwallahu Ahad in that praying, or if you can pray only a little bit, pray 2 rakahs and recite 1,000 times Qul Huwallahu Ahad, or whatever you can do. Try to be busy that night with goodness. Yeah. Grand Sheikh used to put all the foods out in the house. Angels come and look at it and say, oh, my Lord, make it more. I remember one time before Michigan, in Chicago, I needed tires from our car. I put tires in the kitchen. The old tires. Angels will come in and look at it and say, oh, my Lord, give him new tires. Hope the best. Think best for Allah. He said, I'd ask for His goodness and blessings. Allah mujibu dawa. He accepts the asking of His believers, His servants. Ask Him for every goodness, saves us from every difficulties, and grants us His love. And the love of who loves Him, and the love of those that their love is good for us here and hereafter. Amin Allah tawfiq wa rahmatul fatih. Ameen. Inshallah we do zikr.